Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Echo. Today we're looking at the Boeing 737-800 from PMDG. This is for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. It was just released and some people have some opinions on it and others are pretty happy with it. I was not given this copy by PMDG. I was not part of their beta testing. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just another flight simmer who likes to fly 737s or Boeing aircraft, and this is where we are. So we'll hop on aboard, and today we're taking this Boeing 737-800 from Edmonton International Airport, located in Edmonton, Alberta, all the way out to Kamloops, BC. We'll give you some opinions, so let's climb up on board and go from there. This is an updated version of what they've had for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. This includes new sounds, some new animations, some new features. So we're gonna go through it today and go from there. We're gonna come over to our AFB. I did do some work before this flight, so we're gonna just pull that sim brief data. So, like I said, we're going out to YLW, so in Kamloops, from Edmonton. Just like most PMDG products, if you click on the yoke, it will drop down, and we'll go into the FMC. This is compatible with WindWing already, so they just released an update. I did not go update our nav data before this flight, so if we get there, we get there. If we don't, we're coming back to Edmonton. No big deal there. So, I'm 54. That's about right. We'll go to routes. Our origin is Edmonton. Our destination is We'll pull our sim brief routing, set payload, set fuel, set payload, and we're selecting that as our route, and that's gonna go and load. So that's loaded up, so we're gonna hit the load button. Notice it's uploading. It says it's loaded, and that looks all correct to me. We're gonna do a departure. We're gonna see what departures we have. I like to have it 1, we'll go on 02 because we don't really get much of a choice. So leaving runway 02. Activate, execute. We'll go to third page. I've had a lot of experience with this plane in my time. I've had it for Flight Sim X. I had it for Flight Sim 2020, and now as 2024. Kind of has everything you'd expect from it. If you click on the headset, gives you some noise cancellation. So that's a really cool thing. You got your little placards that you can put, or not placards, but the sun visors that you can put on. They do exist. Yeah, there you go, it exists. And you can adjust those as need be when you have them. Tablets, you can click over here, this little screw. I don't bring the tablet over there, so I usually have things externally to start off with. So I have my own tablet that I actually use for Flight Sim. But this is a really good feature for people who might not have that experience. You can go in and grab your flight plan, your RFPs. Alright, so this gives you all your information here that you could then put in there. And if you would like to put the tablet back where it belongs, you click on the little clip here, and it'll put that in. It has a nice little sound that I do kind of like. We're going to get the fuel pumps on. I'll get them going. We won't have any fuel, I believe, in the middle. No, we don't. We'll go in and turn on our hydraulic. Packs are already on auto, and we'll get the windshield heat on. Clearly, we have some icing conditions. Probably want to do the anti-icing a little bit here, but we'll leave those off for now. And from here, we'll get pushed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we've had 2 engines clean start. Got to see a little bit of those sounds there. Outer brakes to RTO, run flap 5. We're going to turn on our flight directors, which we should have technically done. Turn on our taxi lights. It is clearly snowing, but let's get here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up to 02. We're going to set the chimes. And as we come up here, we'll get our landing lights. We'll basically be about ready to turn those on. We're going to turn off our APU. And may have to cross the threshold. Can't really see much, so strobes will go on to position and steady. Let's get on out of here. Hopefully, BC will have some nicer weather for us. Really do love those sounds. Echo 19, I believe it was, did the sound pack for this, and comparatively, it sounds a lot better than kind of what they used to have. So, alright. So we're going to go up to 50%. We'll put some forward pressure down. Alright. Engine seems stable. And we're going to go into toga. And here we go.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
80 knots checked. We'll go neutral. 100 knots. V1. Rotate. Pause it right. Zero. And who said you could assist? Alright. We can't see anything. So we got command A. Drop over to different things. Then we'll start playing our flaps up. Flaps 1. And flaps up. So, RTO can come to off. We're still in the climb up to 10,000. I'm going to set that to 30. Flight up 360 will be set there. LNAV and VNAV aren't on. Command A is engaged. Everything from there is pretty much good. So we're continuing the climb, getting a pretty not so steep climb. This is usually not the best, not the worst kind of thing. We're gonna turn that tablet off. Don't know if there's a way you can stow it. And if there is, I'm not going to say I'd love to know, but I would kind of like to know. Coming out of the clouds, got a lot of it. Going to Gabit right now. And got some flight plan changes. From the Gabit. And then we're going to head on over our way to Kelowna. Coming out 8,000. Kind of see everything that's going on. It's hopefully going to be a somewhat smooth flight, but not too sure about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just crossing 18,000 feet. We've gone to standard altimeter. I just wanted to talk about kind of my thoughts and feelings so far of this aircraft. Obviously, this has been an aircraft that PMDG's worked on before and has given us before multiple times. So, like I previously said, FSX had a copy of this. MSFS2020 had a copy of this. Now we're in 2024, and I feel like they're starting to get it right. For me, the discounted price, because I'd already bought the 737-800 for MSFS 2020, you know, discount price being $29.99 is really not that bad for, you know, a new sound set. Some of the extra features we put in the tablet stuff, cleaning up some of the interface stuff. It's really not that bad in hindsight. I know a lot of people are very upset that PMDG are kind of making pay an upgrade price. With that, everybody kind of has their own thoughts and opinions. And the way I see it is the people who are going to buy it have already bought it. The people who are not going to buy it probably haven't bought it. Or because this is so close around Christmas, maybe someone's going to buy it for them. The aircraft itself is, you know, well done all around. I think the big thing that's always held this aircraft back was the sound set. So now that we've had that sound set upgrade through Echo 19's work and the collaborations there, I think it's a more polished aircraft than it has been. Right? Obviously, PMDG is known for customizability. So if you want to do different MCPs, different TCAS panels, different everything like that, and it's all customizable for the most part. You know, you can go all the way down to landing lights. You can have it as the old style where it's the 4 switches versus the 2. We're going to continue our climb up to flight level 360 and make our way to Kamloops. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we got to our top of climb. As all good pilots do, we're going to go for a walk around the cabin, just kind of see how things are going there. I don't know what her name is yet. Let's figure out her name. You kind of look like a Jen. Alright, Jen here is going to take care of us and hope that we don't crash this plane while we go and tour the aircraft. So, a couple of highlighted things where you can actually change the straps. So our slides are armed. There's also this environmental system. Galley lights, this is all your lighting within. Currently it's automated. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. For a night flight, I guess we'll leave it as is. You can also go in and do your stairs, where you want to retract or extend them, and where you want the lights to be on or off. Not too bad. You can even change kind of if the light is brighter or darker. That's kind of cool. Over here, you got your coffee machine. Gonna close that door for now. Probably shouldn't let anyone in there. I don't know how they let me in there, but yeah, I guess you could make some coffee, do smarter stuff there. Definitely sounds like I broke something. Nothing really down here that you can... No, you can't play with the other side. Okay. Demo kits inside with a life vest. Alright, let's go in the cabin. I heard rumors, and those rumors are correct. You can open the bid, but I'm not gonna lie. Yep. No, definitely like that. Can you... I heard shades. Yeah, shades are a thing. Okay, cool. In terms of, like, features... Oh, you can... Alright. We all like our curtains. You know, got our famous door plugs. Notably not on the Boeing 737s. In the in the 800s, but in the Maxes, they're, well, sometimes they're attached. Those look pretty good. The whole cabin looks really nice, actually. In terms of, like, you know, how nice everything has come out. And just curiosity. Is every latch is... As far as I can tell, every latch you can open. Not too bad. Going down to the back here. Whoops. Alright. We're not going to go test for a flush. So, come back here. Really nicely modeled as a ball. Probably should be armed. These all should be armed. It's really nice to see the animation. So, if you look at the bottom here, you'll see that the slides do get armed and locked in. So, I would assume if you pulled this, you might see some slides. Maybe we'll try that out. We should probably try that out, you know. Gotta make sure that we're not getting gypped here, right? The slides have to be armed. We'll continue through the cabin. Once again, really, really nice. You can hear the sounds change as you walk through. Yeah, get back to the flight deck. Went clicking around the cabin, and I've discovered the one armrest does not move. I'm not upset. I'm just kind of disappointed. Like, you can get the other one down, but not the one that's over the pedestal. However, notably not very important, the headrests are adjustable for your comfort and liking. Yeah, so no one gets adjustable headrests. That's unfortunate. We're 30 nautical miles from our top descent. Through on the headset while we're in the air, so this is more so replicating what I guess you would hear in the actual cockpit with like noise cancellation headphones on. That can be done once you move all your bags and everything. If you click the headset over here, it changes. I think we talked about it on the ground in terms of a more immersive experience. This is what you're listening to for your flight. It's not bad, pretty good. Can't complain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just in the descent right now, just crossing flight level 220. I've gone ahead and set up all the ILS information. So we're going to take ILS runway 16, which means we have to put in 111.3 on both sides, and then the courses and everything else match up. Right now we're in a descent down to 4,000. It's all controlled through the FMS. We're basically expecting to be there pretty soon. Auto brake 2 for our descent today, so we will continue that down and we'll see shortly. Alright, crossing flight level 180. We're going to drop our pressure quite a bit. Altimeter is 2919. It's pretty low today coming into Kelowna. However, it shouldn't be really a problem for us. Alright, 10,000, and we'll come up top, get those landing lights on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we just crossed 8,000. We've got our first notch of flaps in. Did have to do a little bit of speed intervention, which is okay. We're going to go flaps 2. Alright, we'll go 160 for now, to be honest. Give her a little bit of flaps, we'll give her some drag going. Coming across 210, put some more flaps out. We'll actually go up to about 170. We'll go flaps 10, coming in at 170. We're going to do flap 15, and we're going to put the gear down. And shortly, we're going to be turning towards runway 16 in Kelowna. Alright, we're making that turn. That is Kelowna right up there. So we're going to work on slowing a little bit down for TAT V. So TAT V, we're supposed to be at 149 knots. So we got 10 knots to kind of play around with. Alright. not intervene anymore. Now that we've kind of slowed down a little bit, we've got Kelowna in sight. Here is down. We've got 3 green, 2,500 check. Got a lot of wind coming in. So the winds today are 130. It's 12 gusting, 19 knots. So there is a chance we have to hand fly this in. We'll probably hand fly from about 500, 400 feet. Just get a real good feel. And we'll follow the ILS all the way down. So our goal is to be stable at 1,000. So we have a little bit of working to do here, and it sure is windy up here. We've lost the glide path, significantly lost the glide path. Do the approach. Alright, we're gonna take control here, and we're gonna fly up one down. So as you can see, it's pretty windy here. I'm not sure we're actually gonna make it, at least on the first try. 1,000, check that. And I think with this, we'll probably end up going around. Yeah, we'll end up going around. Clearly very windy. Clearly the aircraft doesn't like very much. Pretty much anything at this point. So we're just going to try over to Whitman. Back over to Whitman. Make the turn. And we'll head on over. And we'll try this again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're just come back up to Tatvi. We're going to see if we can actually put this down on the ground one more time. If not, maybe we're going to Vancouver. Who knows? Because this might not be it. We have enough fuel where we probably could make it to Vancouver. It's not that far of a flight. Now, whether or not they'll be any better, who knows? But in the real world, probably not. Here, yeah, we might have hope. So we're just, we just dropped gear. We're at flaps 15. I'm just about to turn for Tatvi, which will put us right on final for runway 16, and we'll see if things go our way this time. I have a weird feeling that the answer may not be what we like, and may be a no again, but we will find on out as we turn to Tatvi. While we make that turn, I'm going to do another set of flaps, so I'll put us at flaps 25. Single channel approach going, so this is a lot better, hopefully, maybe, we'll see, as we continue our way down into Kamloops. And we'll continue the turn, and there is Kamloops. We'll see if our aircraft today would like to land. We'll set our missed approach altitude for 5,000. Coming in, we're a little to the right. Give it some extra speed here, and we'll try her one more time. This is a little better than the first time, at least. We're still on the glide slope, 1,000 check. We're going to put in flaps 30, and we're all set to go. Coming up to 500. Alright, passing 500, we can see the runway. We're probably as aligned as we're going to get for the next about 30 seconds, and we're okay. 300, 200. Coming up, 210, 200. So we just crossed our minimums. We'll continue. We're just gonna give her some help. Just gonna get her on the ground. There we go. We're on the ground. Reversers. Going to manual braking. And we're going to go all the way down to the end. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kamloops. Just go all the way down to the end here. Reset that really quick. And we'll go and turn off right here. So landing lights will come off, runway turn off, we'll turn on the taxi light. While we're doing that, we're going to turn on the APM, and we're going to make our way down to a gate of some sort. Probably one of these gates in here. It's not my best landing in the world, it's not my worst, but we are on the ground, we are safe, and this is a flight we can walk away from. So we'll turn into these gates right here, and we'll go straight ahead. Alright, all the heat here, since we're not doing any flight, seatbelts can come to all, and for our purposes here, we're going to use the stairs. We'll open the cockpit door. I'm sure a lot of people are waiting to get off right now. And we will push seats in. Oh, there we go. So you might have to push it all by yourself. Open the cockpit door. And crazy enough, you see some stairs. And those look fully extended. We'll turn the lights to auto. We'll go into boarding and deboard for all of it. That should be everything on that front right there. We'll keep the cockpit door open. So chocks are put in, which means we can now release the parking brake. We'll get our ground power going. So we'll connect that. Once that's connected, we'll go over to ground power, and we're going to turn off the AP. You'll see everything kind of come down. What is my kind of general thoughts to this aircraft? I think this aircraft's great. It's a PMDG aircraft. If you ever owned PMDG before, you know what you're getting. Good quality. I mean, for the upgrade price of $29.99, or you can get it at full price if you don't already have it for $79.99. I don't think it's a bad aircraft to add to your collection. There's a lot to a lot to do with it, a lot of features, a lot of the liveries and everything that come with it are pretty solid. Yeah, I don't have anything too bad about it to say. It makes the sounds are great, the handling is great, it flies like a 737 should. So with that being said, that is my first look and first impressions on the PMDG 737-800 for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. If you'd like to see more flying, you can let me know in the comments below. Give me some suggestions on where we could fly to next. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one.